So the second video of the day is going to be regarding trades and why they're important and what you're going to need to get started, right? So your first, let's say 5 time travels, the experience is going to be quicker. The money that you earn is going to get greater, the amount of coins, but you're going to get stopped at certain levels, certain areas, I should say, to advance. So the first area is going to be in the recipes, right? So see how you're going to have to buy these. Just about everybody's familiar. I got to get a wooden armor, a fish sword. I got to, enchant these up. I get these going. That's fine. But let's say on the recipes too, here's where it's going to start getting a little bit harder for you. Like it's going to get a little bit harder to get the mermaid armor, which is 25 hairs, and turn around and get the edgy armor, which is another 35 hairs. You're going to need 60 mermaid hairs. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're trying to farm them and you have a limited time on farming, it begins to be extensive, right? So that's going to be your first hurdle, is getting the edgy sword. This right here takes 250,000 wooden logs to craft, basically. So that's the ultra log, right? So RPGI. Here, I'm going to show you my inventory. So I've got 1 ultra log here now. We just had the celebration coins event. I got 6 ultra logs, made this time travel, which is going to be my 3rd time travel. Extremely easy. I was able to convert stuff. I was able to boost my health to get ready for the dungeon to 800. I'm going to fly through and get to my TT3 as soon as I can get my levels up, right? So if I look at my levels, I'm at level 61. I'm kind of cruising along here. Gonna time travel 3 probably, I don't know, maybe tomorrow night, depending on how much I can, play today. Just depends between filming and all the other stuff, like how crazy it's gonna be, right? So, the other thing is to find yourself a partner, and Dannoh here is an off time zone for me, meaning when I'm going to bed, they're waking up. So boom, I'm asleep 7-8 hours, bang, they're farming hunt tea on the backside, right? So this is how that works when you marry somebody. I can hunt tea, bang. Now Dannoh is asleep right now, somewhere, I don't know, Holland, I just don't know, don't care, quite frankly, but so I'm farming on the thing. Well, that's important, right? Because look, on my inventory, when I went to bed last night, I had 10 scales. When I woke up, I had 7 scales. Like I farmed 7, I was sleeping, right? So that's one thing. But back to the trades. Like this is a really important philosophy, a really important concept that people just don't understand. And so I'm going to flip you over and I'm going to show you the trades here. So I'm farming along in area 1, and I look, and fish are 1 for 1, right? So I'm going to do it in groups of 1,000 because I'm going to make it easier for, just as a multiplier to understand. So if I farm 1,000 fish, now there are suggested things to farm by level, and so I'm going to show you this as well. Like in the pinned messages on my server, it's going to tell you should fish at A1. Why? Like you should fish at A1 because fish is the biggest, it's the best way to XP your person up, right? So on your commands, on your professions, and so I'm going to tell you what that means. I'm going to do the RPG professions, and it's going to show you. So well, if I could spell it right, it would be so worker here, 44, level 44. That's kind of good, okay for my level. I farm as much as I can. That's this right now for me. I'm going to do RPG big boat, 18 fish, right? Now that's going to give me XP in this category, and enough of that's going to make a level, and then I'm going to go up. Now, what does that mean? That means that if this was level 88, I could RPG and get like, well, let's just say it's double, 36 fish for 1, right? So working that profession, doing that on every cooldown, you're going to watch an RPG RD, and then you're going to go back to the hunt, bang. Now watch, Dannoh's asleep. Got some EXP, right? Now he is way high level than this, but they're farming for skins, and I can look at that by just simply typing in this name. Well, she's not on my server, but let's go. I'll flop over to another server real quick, and then I'll show you. So they're farming wolf skins because they're trying to make their edgy armor. You can tell edgy zombie unicorn mermaid, right? So now they're going to need 7 zombie eye, or 5 wolf skins, 7 zombie eyes, 7 unicorn horns, 14 mermaid hairs, and 10 chips to get this next this edgy armor upgrade that they're looking for, right? So anyway, back onto my server and then back into the trade window. So they're going to use fish in area 1. As soon as they get to area 2, that's going to change and it's going to be chop. and chop is going to be the most efficient. And then an A3 axe is going to be the most efficient. A4 axe, A5 axe, A6 ladder, and otherwise pickaxe. So it's going to give you a guide. It's really super simple on what you should be doing. Now, why is that important? Because here you're going to have some trades that are in effect, right? So if I farm here 1,000 logs, meaning at area 3, at area, basically at area 2, I'm going to have 1,000 logs. If I now go in and convert, it's going to be a trade for apples to fish over, right? So look, right here, it's going to be 2 for 1. So at A3, you trade in for all fish, and you trade it in, right? Best trade, fish. You're going to get a multiplier of 2, meaning that when I go to area 4, those 1,000 fish are now worth 2,000 logs. Now, if I don't farm anything else, and I turn those, let's say, 2,000 logs into 10,000 logs, I'm going to trade them to apples, 4 to 1. So I'm going to only have 2,500 apples at that point. You get what I'm saying? Because you're trading 4 for 1. But when I go to area 5 to area 6, I can trade them back from apples to logs, and I'm going to get 2,500 times 15, because now I'm getting 1 to 15. So you see how it is. You're trading down 4 to 1, and then you're going to trade up 1 to 15. So you're almost going to get 4 times, 3.75. So that's why you see people get into these areas, especially this A5 area, and they stay at A5 and they get 20, 30, 40, 50,000. I think I've seen someone with 100,000 apples before. I don't have the patience to farm that long, so I just don't. You're gonna see. I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna farm to 20 grand, and then at like 12 grand, I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I can't pick apples anymore. Like, just crazy. So you're gonna see people in there running their commands, right? So you're gonna go to your cooldowns, and then you're just gonna farm these. Now at my level, I'm in A11. My top one that I'm at is big boat, is going to give me the most experience. So I'm just going to use the big boat the whole time. But I'm going to be mindful of my cooldowns and go through. So RPG RD is going to give it to me. Now your best stuff is going to be, ooh, almost got a 5 one there. Ooh, at a level, what up? Holla holla B2. So your best thing for your profession is going to be your top one for the level that you're at, right? So it just kind of makes sense. Like where I'm at, I could use drill. On here, I should actually be using greenhouse, to be honest. Like I should be doing RPG greenhouse, because that's a level 11. It's going to give me more experience towards my profession. So for those of you backseat gamers who are like, the whole video is, no, you're supposed to be using greenhouse. Well, you're right. So what can I say? But back onto the trade thing. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to have major trades at A3, at A5. At A7 is a minor trade, but A8 is going to give you a 1.5 modifier, and A9 is going to give you a 1.5 modifier. Now that's important. So if you do all your trades correct, let me pop back into here and show you. You're going to end up with this little trading chart, this little apple trading chart. So if you farm 75,000 apples and you convert them all the way through, you're going to have 2.5 million logs. Now I know that just seems crazy. You're going to need 400 fruit salads. You don't actually need 400 fruit salads. Like, I think I did 150 on my first one through. But if you're having trouble passing A11 on your first your second or third time travels, then just, keep doing the fruit salads and getting the greenhouses and everything in there. But that's basically the chart to apples. So if you only do 10,000, you're going to end up with 337,000. Now that's assuming you don't farm any more to that level, right? But you should be farming every time your cooldown's up, no matter what. This is just the most efficient way to do that. So get on any server. They're going to have this for you. They're going to have a sort of guide. Ask any player who's time traveled multiple times, because what's going to happen is you're going to do your recipes too, and I'm going to show you how it just gets absolutely insane. So you're going to do 250,000 logs here. You're going to need all these mats for your edgy armor. Well, after your first time travel, you're going to have to go to the next level, which is using the forge. You're going to need 2 more of these, which means you need another 500,000 logs. Like, you get that, right? You need an ultra here, an ultra here, and an ultra here for 3 ultras, which is 750,000 logs total. You're going to need 10 epic fish. That's not a hard one to get. If you're going to get lucky now and then in loot boxes. You're going to pick up those things, right? So the last thing about farming for this level right here is I always stop at about 30 wolf skins, right? The reason why, so like if I'm at A2 and I've got my wolf skin armor, my wolf armor, now I've got about another 30 wolf skins on my way up. I'm just gonna progress. The reason why, and I don't stop and farm. The reason why is that I'm going to be buying edgy loot boxes now on every 4-hour loot box, or 3-hour. I can't remember what it is. I'm going to be buying them. I'm going to farm another 20 skins just out of loot boxes between now and when I'm going to need this edgy armor. So then I get the zombie eyes. I'll go to 35 zombie eyes. I'll go to 40 horns, and then I'll just straight up farm the hairs and the chips, because I don't stop and I don't farm them. Everybody thinks I'm crazy, but I just like to level up and level up and level up and get to the next thing, where I don't really find myself waiting on supplies. There's always an event, a celebration event. I'm going to end up getting some hypers out of like some loot boxes. I'm going to end up getting hypers from chopping and stuff. It's just, the more you play the game, the less you need to stop and farm all the way. That's really on your first run through. That's my take on it. I play the game differently from people. I get ridiculed all the time by backseat gamers who are like, you should farm 50,000 apples at A5. I'm like, I don't have the patience for it. I'm not going to do that. So anyway, take it or leave it. That's my take on getting on some farming and doing the trades and getting prepped for the higher levels. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If so, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Thanks so much.